In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to enhance the visual quality of your 3D objects using ambient occlusion in Blender. This technique will add depth and realism to your models by simulating subtle shadows where surfaces meet. Whether you're aiming for a more lifelike appearance or just exploring the possibilities within Blender, this guide will walk you through every important step. Let's get started by making sure you're in the Shading tab. This part of Blender is where all the magic happens with materials and textures. Once you're there, select the object you want to modify. If the object doesn't already have a material, it's a good idea to add one now. Just click New to ensure your object will have a material that can be customized. Next, we're going to add an Ambient Occlusion node. You'll want to press Shift plus A, which opens the Add menu. From there, go to the Search function and type in Ambient Occlusion. When you find it, simply click to add this node to your shader editor workspace. Ambient occlusion is an essential ingredient, as it calculates how exposed each part of a 3D model is to ambient light, helping create that nice depth effect. Following that, we're going to bring in a color ramp node. Again, press Shift plus A, use the search, and look for color ramp. This node will allow us to control the gradient and intensity of the ambient occlusion effect, so you can fine-tune how distinct those shadow effects appear. Now it's time for a mix shader node. Like before, press Shift plus A and search for mix shader. This handy node will allow us to combine the ambient occlusion with your object's current material, blending them into a cohesive final look. So we've got the nodes we need, and now it's all about connecting them correctly. First, take the ambient occlusion node and connect its AO output to the color input of the color ramp node. This connection ensures the occlusion data filters through our gradient for control. Next, link the color output from the color ramp node to the factor input on the mix shader node. This step integrates our gradient into the shader mix, letting us adjust how strongly the occlusion effects influence the material. Afterwards, connect your original shader, such as the principled BSDF, to one of the shader inputs on the mix shader. The principled BSDF is a versatile shader, simulating many real-world surfaces, so it's typically your object's main material. Finally, finish up by connecting the output of the mix shader to the surface input on the material output node. This crucial step brings everything together, sending the newly combined material to your object's surface. And that's it. By setting up this node network, you've successfully integrated ambient occlusion into your project, enhancing the realism of your 3D model. Feel free to play around with the color ramp and mix shader adjustments to get just the right effect you desire. Enjoy experimenting and see how these subtle changes can make a significant difference in your designs.